On right now, we're gonna ship everything to you for free all day today. We also have a very special credit card offer, which means that if you apply for an HSN credit card, you're gonna save $40 off on your very first purchase. This is a very rare day. Take advantage of it. I'm gonna give you a very good suggestion of what you're gonna wanna use it on, but great news, we've got sanitizer back in stock. This is a hand sanitizing spray, and remember, today we're gonna ship it to you for free. We also have, and that's 80% alcohol. Of course, you know that they recommend that it's gotta be at least 70% or higher, right? This is a spray. You can spray it on your hands, you can spray it on surfaces. It really is so effective, and how nice to be able to have that where we will send it right to you. Your item number is 718883, and remember, that's a spray. So if you read some of the reviews, people said, oh, the texture, it's actually, you put it in a spray bottle, so easy to bring with you. The other thing that we've got are reusable and great statement making face masks. We've got Laurier & Co, they've got camouflage, they've got some really beautiful, we're just showing you the solid ones. Oh, look at how pretty those are. I just love seeing everybody with all of their fun sort of personality masks. These ones are washable, reusable, $22.99 for a set of 5, and that's from Laurier & Co. They make great outerwear, so you know that those are gonna be comfortable, they're going to be, of course, breathable, and a great statement-making piece. All right, I told you I was gonna give you something to use that $40 of your HSN card toward. If you suffer from back pain, I hope that you will stick with me. If you would like a non-invasive, FDA-registered medical device that is proven to help temporarily relieve your back pain, also to help sort of slow down the aging process with your back, you need to look at what 2.5 million people have come to relieve their back pain. This is the Teeter. Today we've got a very special deal. This is the most updated since 1981. They have been making the most incredible inversion tables. If you have not seen inversion has been around helping backs feel better and helping the health of backs for centuries and centuries. Roger Teeter made it better. This is the 2019 version, which is the latest and the greatest. It's got all of the updates, but for the very first time, we're including this neck restore. This, I personally, because I own the X3, I had to purchase this separately because until today, it's been $31 and change separately. You're also getting the headrest, you're getting the back stretcher, you're getting all of the nodes. These are acupressure nodes. And when you think about acupressure, you think about paying about $109 for one session. Today, for the price of one massage, it's gonna relieve you for what, an hour, maybe a couple of hours, you are getting, in 3 to 5 minutes a day, long-term relief. For the price of one massage, it's $329.95 today. You can break it up into interest-free payments. If you have an HSN card, it's gonna be just 4 interest-free payments of $82.49. Donna is showing you not quite full inversion because you don't have to go all the way upside down to get the incredible benefits in your back, in your neck now. This will target your back pain, and it actually targets it in 4 different ways. It helps to temporarily decompress your spine in a gentle way. It helps to realign your spine and your joints. It helps your discs temporarily rehydrate. It helps to relax those tense muscles. And as you saw, Donna's in control of how slowly she goes back. It's absolutely in your control. So easy to set up, easy to use. If you'd like to hear from somebody, besides seeing Donna, I know this has changed Donna's life as well. We were talking about her experience with back pain before we came on, but there's somebody very special I want you to listen to. His name is Horace, and Teeter has truly given him his life back.
I was always an active person. I've always been physical. To have that come to a screeching halt was something I really couldn't live with. Physically, mentally, and emotionally, I was totally a grumpy old man. When I got my Teeter, that's when it all changed for me. And the more I worked my back, the more relief my back gave me. And that's when I knew that this machine really works. It's so simple and yet so effective. If it wasn't for the Teeter, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It put the smile back on my face. If I was face to face with Roger Teeter, I would cry like a baby because what he gave me was my life back. And I thank him for that.
You can just tell me in person.
Oh, God. Thank you, sir. I didn't know you were going to be here.
I love my job, and it's because of testimonies like yours. I wrecked my back, and inversion changed my life. This is not a gimmick. We're not just selling product. We're selling a changed lifestyle.
Yes.
So many people have written off their ability to move freely because of old age. No, it's the long-term effects of gravity combined with lifestyle, posture, and a whole lot of other things. Teeter's a way to fight back against that.
I can't thank you enough.
Oh, that gets me every time. Seriously, I have to look away or I'll get choked up. Donna and I both were like, oh, there's Horace. And we know that so many of you have stories like that with your Teeter Inversion Table. Will you give us a call? You could have the very first version from 1981, or you could have the latest version. We would love to hear from you. And guess what? When you call, you may be just like Horace and get to talk to Mr. Roger Teeter himself, to be able to thank him for giving you your life back, because Roger Teeter is going to be joining us via Skype. Roger's just hanging out to be able to share this. Roger, welcome to the show.
Hi, Shannon. Great to be on here. You know, I'm listening to that opening, you know, and you know, it really is humbling to know how many lives have been changed like Horace. In fact, that's my story too. That's why we started the business. But the point that hit me is that this July, this month, we are exactly 21 and a half years on HSN, exactly half of their life. And in fact, that's the most powerful testimony that this table works, because if it didn't, the viewers would have thrown us out of here years ago.
That's true, and they didn't. Instead, they made this a customer pick. This is the first time that we've had it with the neck restorer. So the table itself, the X3, is a 4.7 star review, customer pick. So if anybody wants to look at the reviews, go ahead. I am an owner and a believer, and this is the first time we've included the neck restore as well. But Roger, you really have changed so many people's lives. I know you designed it initially because you had an accident, but this is for people, even if whether they've got severe back pain or just some like muscle strain.
Oh boy, you know, I wrecked my back 40 years ago, and when I say wrecked, Shannon, I mean on worst days, I couldn't even get out of bed. I literally had to crawl hands and knees into the shower to get hot water in my back, just to stand up. I tried everything to get relief. Nothing really worked until I found inversion. The relief I got was temporary, but it lasted longer, and it was more effective than anything else I'd done. And by doing it on a regular basis, just 3 to 5 minutes a day, I've been virtually pain-free for the last 40 years. And you know what the best part is, Shannon? The very thing that I wrecked my back doing, which is running the slalom course, water skiing, you know what? I'm doing it today. I've already been out 27 times this summer. In fact, I was skiing yesterday before the first show. It's a little too early here to ski before this show, but it changes lives, and I just love my job.
Roger, we're so glad that you actually took this on yourself to take something that had been around for centuries and centuries, inversion, and of course the benefits have been known. Now this, I know a lot of people look at it and they go, oh, I could never. First of all, very simple to set up. Secondly, everyone is in control of how quickly and even how far you invert. Your arm ends up being kind of like a lever. And if you would like that confirmation from the FDA, this is an FDA registered Class 1 medical device. And here's what the FDA has said about this. This is indicated for the treatment, take a look, for the temporary relief of back pain, muscle tension, degenerative disc disease, spinal degenerative joint disease, spinal stenosis. Are any of these you? Do you have any of these conditions? Herniated disc, maybe you thought something invasive was your only solution. What about spinal curvature due to tight muscles or sciatica? Maybe it's just a muscle spasm, or maybe you have facet syndrome. If you're having a hard time sleeping, or your muscle pain, your back pain is keeping you from being involved in your life, you've got to get on the phone to get yours. 718-773 is your item number. This is absolutely an investment. But this is the price of 3 massages. I don't even want to go to get a massage these days. It's not only for you. I've got 5 people in my family. I've got me, my husband, I have 3 children. One of them my last one just became a teenager. We all use this because you can use this. It's so simple and easy to adjust for height. We've got from 5'4", my daughter, all the way up to 6'3", my husband, and everybody can use it. Roger, I know you designed this for for solutions for us. Now, my back pain is not what kept me from water skiing the slalom. That was just no athletic ability. But it has in the past kept me from doing a lot of other things.
Well, I mean, there's so many benefits to it. You know, and yes, if you've got back pain, it is a very effective way to deal with it. And it deals with it in 4 different ways. And I want to show you an animation of you inverting, and I'll explain the 4 different ways that actually gives back pain relief. I mean, it stretches and relaxes all the muscles of the back. It helps the discs to rehydrate. That is so important. They're avascular. They don't get their nutrition from blood, they get it from hydration. Here you are, inverting. Okay, you do not need to go to full inversion. Now, first thing you're gonna feel is all those stressed out muscles in the back letting go, releasing, and as you relax, you will elongate 1 to 2 inches. That's a real number, I'm not exaggerating. And look at that spine straightening out. And here's a big deal. Taking the pressure off, see how those joints open up? You get a pinched nerve, herniated disc, take the pressure off, and then most important, keeping those discs well nourished, you know, revitalized, because they get their nutrition when they're under low pressure and they can absorb moisture, which is how they get, well, as I said, they have no blood supply, so they get their nutrition by absorbing that moisture, which can only happen under low pressure. And yes, when you're in bed, you have lower pressure, but you're gonna see from a study coming up that the pressure lying down is still 25% of standing body weight. With the Teeter, you can take the pressure in your disc to at or near 0 and greatly increase the rate of hydration of the disc.
And it's really universal. I mean, everybody experiences an immediate, as you're doing this, in 3 to 5 minutes a day. You don't even have to do full inversion. When we came to Roger, he was fully inverted. Donna is not. She's at, I don't even know what degree that is, but she could actually tether it so that she can go down to just that one, wherever she feels comfortable, and it will stop automatically. Let us ship this to you for free. For $109.98, for less than that if you have an HSN card, we will ship it right to you, and you can start experiencing that relief, that so we've told you about how the FDA has approved this. We would love for you to hear from some other doctors who use this with their patients. Take a listen.
So when you decompress, there is a lengthening of the spine. And by doing so, with a greater disc height, you've got more room for the nerves. There's less compression with the facet joints, and the spine is just much happier.
For the past 53 years, I've been a neurosurgeon with a major interest in chronic pain and dealing with many patients with back pain. Most patients tell me if they use their Teeter Inversion Table on a regular basis, they simply feel much better. No one has to do anything to you, and I think it's a very natural way to deal with the problem.
I love what he was saying too, a very natural way to deal with the problem, Roger. And so many doctors have talked about the importance of inversion for their patients.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment because I'm so honored that Dr. Long uses the Teeter personally and in his practice, because he has a worldwide practice. He was the head of neurosurgery in one of the largest universities in the United States for 35 years. And now he's in private practice. In fact, a lot of his clients fly in from all over the world because he has that kind of a reputation, and he strongly endorses the Teeter. And I hope you caught the point about the maintenance program. Doing it on a regular basis helps keep youthful function. So it's not just getting rid of back pain, it's preventing it from coming in the first place. You know, it's making the spine more flexible, more supple, and able to take a mismovement or something which otherwise might cause injury. And so it's preventative just as much as it is natural pain relief.
I'm glad you say that too, Roger, because we all know we're supposed to be stretching, right? I mean, we know that stretching is a healthful way to sort of prevent aging, but this is an easy stretch, especially if you've got back pain. It's hard to stretch the way we're supposed to. This is a gentle, natural elongation. It's a stretch. What you can kind of see down there as Donna's doing her exercises, she's sort of getting that extra little stretch. She's actually on the mat that is additionally available. We've got a limited amount of those. that helped me as well because now I look down as I'm doing my inversion and I can see, oh, do this stretch. It's just a couple of different, walks you through a couple of great little exercises as well, and that's also available. So Roger, I just want to show everybody nice and close here because we see how easy it is that Donna's going for it. I do own it, but my very first time on a Teeter inversion table was on air here at HSN just a few years ago, and that's how confident I am that this is going to hold my weight, that it's going to work. This is one of the great things about the X3. So it's very easy. I step right in. It's perfectly ergonomically designed, so I'm not worried about anything. It's balancing my weight. I adjusted it already to my height. And then when I put this down, it's going to hug my feet. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this barefoot, but sometimes at home, I do it barefoot. I'm that secure because it's hugging, I said hug my feet, it hugs my ankles, right? And it locks in place, so I'm completely secure. Now, as I lean back, you'll see that it starts to invert, okay? Now, if I lean one arm back, this is my lever. Actually, why don't I do this one so you can see me? If I lean my arm back, that's my lever, and I tethered it so that it's not gonna go back too far. Oh, I can already feel it. Okay, I have to adjust my microphone back because I can feel it. I'm already getting that elongation and that stretch. It feels so incredible. That's it. So for 3 to 5 minutes a day, look at, I elongated so much, I can't get myself back up. That's how much taller I am. You notice I don't have a big bright red face. I was able to talk. I was able to breathe. If you don't even want to go back that far, it's completely up to you. But this is proven, non-invasive, natural pain relief for your back. And then also, as Roger was saying, preventative, because you're actually helping keep those discs nice and strong and healthy. Roger, this I know has helped so over 2.5 million people, and I know you get to hear firsthand from so many people who love how they feel and how they interact now in the world.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, at 82, I don't need to be doing this job. I do it because it changed my life so dramatically, Shannon. And my pay is hearing your testimonies, you know, and Horace's testimony, well, it was emotionally unique, I think, but it isn't an unusual story. Totally changed lives. You can check it out on .com. And by the way, since this is a configuration package that we've never offered before in HSN, it doesn't have any reviews because it has a different number. But if you go to the X3, testimonies. This is the X3. You're getting exactly the same table as HSN has it at $449, I think it is. So forget the price, but look at the testimonies. Almost a perfect 5-star, I think 500 reviews and a 4.7. But then go back and buy the bundle, which includes the neck restore. That is so effective. It's our absolute #1 selling accessory. It works on kind of an acupressure concept. You know, with our small screens today, we've got our head tilted down so much that it gives you what they even got a name for it now, a tech neck. and those muscles that support the head and control its angle of rotation and what have you are right at the top of where the spine connects to the skull. That's where you put that roller. And it's that when you first put it on, it's not soft. It puts pressure on, it's gonna be and then when those muscles let go. So it's a very effective acupressure release of muscle tension that a lot of people have discomfort in their neck from.
Yeah, and Roger, that's actually where my headaches would start, was at the base of my skull, the base of my neck, and I was going to a chiropractor on a regular basis, and that was always with that occipital bone. I don't know the name.
Occipital muscles, okay. Yeah, there's 4 of them, right?
Right, exactly. I thought that was what it was. I mean, obviously I haven't been in a while now, and that's why I spent $31 and change just to get the neck restore. It made such a big difference because that targets the neck muscles, even as I found that my back pain was being relieved by the inversion. Now I can use the neck restore on my X3. I had to purchase it separately. You're getting it included. You can also, like you saw in the video, use it on the floor, on a mat, on your bed. You're getting that comfortable the comfortable headrest, you're getting the neck restore, which as you can see, you can use it or not use it. It's just a hook and loop closure. You put it in and then you adjust it to whatever works for you. The nodes are also adjustable. You can use them or not. You know, you've got, speaking of knot, you've got that knot right there in your shoulder blade. You put that node right there, and as you're gently inverting, it targets with acupressure that one spot. You're also getting, I wanna show you everybody, this is, oh, I took it out of the shot, didn't I? Wow. When Chris is on, he's so efficient. He's like, I know exactly what Shannon's gonna do. It doesn't look like much. I gotta say, this is so perfect for realigning the spine. Whenever I would, again, go to the chiropractor, I've been to many, many, many over the years, they align your hips, right? This installs, in fact, I'm gonna show you over here where it goes. This goes into whichever one of these works for you. Again, it's gonna be adjustable for your height. You're gonna put it in like this. You're gonna pop the top in depending on where you are, and it's going to give you this angle. It's straight until you use it. It's gonna give you this angle on your back, so it's actually aligning your hips. It's giving you that extra stretch. Oh my goodness, you're gonna be so glad that you got this bundle today. Now, as Roger was saying, you can purchase the X3 on hsn.com right now for $450. Please don't do that, because not only will you save $120 today when you get this bundle, you're also getting that $31 and change neck restore in addition. So this is gonna be the best value you're gonna find on the Teeter Inversion Table with all of these extras. Why don't you let us ship it to you for $109? We're gonna ship it to you for free. The very first payment is like the payment for one massage. But Roger, as you know, a massage is not nearly what you're getting here. The FDA doesn't say, oh, we registered this massage. It's a Class 1 medical device. It did, however, register your inversion table as a Class 1 medical device.
Well, you know, Shannon, what the Teeter does is gives you freedom. Yes, it gives you relief like a massage does, but by doing it on a regular basis, it lasts longer. And the freedom comes by just being able to jump on it at any time, 3 to 5 minutes, virtually in any whatever clothes you're wearing. It doesn't matter. What you need to do is just relax, let it go, and you will elongate that 1 to 2 inches. And very important that people understand, yes, it'll target a specific back issue. I mean, maybe that's why you're buying it or thinking of buying it, but it benefits every weight-bearing joint. Ankles, knees, hips, every weight-bearing joint is being decompressed by exactly the same weight it needs to carry. So it's progressive decompression, something that isn't available any other way except to secure your ankles and let your own body weight reverse the effects of gravity.
Well, and what you came up with, Roger, is something that's easy to use, that it's safe, and it's really effective. Now, how heavy can someone be to use this? Because I know the quality is absolutely incredible, and it's been tested for even more weight than we would suggest using on it.
Well, you know, it's UL safety certified. And Underwriters Laboratory, that's UL, they said there's so many people inverting, we should write a specification so that people will know that they're having a safe table. And they wrote a very tough specification. And for maximum user weight, they said to be safe, it must hold 4 times whatever you say the maximum user weight is. So we've set the maximum user weight at 300 pounds. That means the table must hold 1,200 pounds according in their test method to be able to certify that as UL safety certified. And there's one other test. There's 12 tests in all. Every component in the table is cycled 30,000 times. And the big one is the actual cycling of the table, rotating back and forth with 300 pounds. I think we have an actually video of this being shown. But here's the point. When you rock back and forth on something, yeah, this shows you some of the testing that Underwriters Laboratory. Now, Teeter is the only brand that meets this standard. I want to be sure that you understand that, and still allows full inversion. Cycling every component 30,000 times. There you have 1,200 pounds. 1,200 pounds. And there's your 300 pounds cycling 30,000 times. And that's critical in the sense that when you cycle, the loads on the table are first one way, then the other, just rocking back and forth. And that puts a very high load on the support system. You can take a steel coat hanger. Coat hangers use ordinary steel, and you can take that coat hanger and bend it back and forth, and you can break it in 1 minute. They have the same issue with inversion tables. If you cycle it, it'll load one way than the other. You must use high carbon steels, heat treated. My background is in aircraft. I've been educated on how to engineer out fatigue failure, and we do it. We're the only table that does it. Every other table uses ordinary steel. Same thing coat hangers are made of. But we use high carbon steels, heat treated, and key components. One reason we can give a 5-year warranty, and in fact, you know, I hope we hear some testimonies from people that have had tables even up to 20 years and still using it daily. We build them to last.
That's the truth, and I have heard from people here at HSN who say, I have, my Teeter table is 20 years old. They last and last and last. Today you're saving $130. You're getting the neck restore included, and we're gonna break it up into interest-free payments. So for under $110, we will ship it to you for free, which is another $45 or something in shipping. So you're saving over is that right? Almost $200 today. We're shipping everything to you for free today. That happens maybe once, maybe twice a year. So take advantage of our free shipping day. Shop to your heart's content. We're also giving you $40 off when you apply for an HSN card, which would make this, for the very first time, you could get your Teeter Inversion Table for under $300 if you apply for an HSN card and you get that $40 off. This is your day. You don't keep waking up in the middle of the night with back pain or saying, I can't fill in the blank because of my back pain. I can't play with my grandkids. I can't play golf anymore. I can't go for a walk with the dog because of my back pain. You deserve to live the rest of your life pain-free. So get on the phone and get yours. Go to hsn.com, and while you're there, we want you to take a listen to Nancy.
My back started to really bother me. I don't want to go through life being less and less of myself. I want to be able to do everything and anything that I want to do. The first time that I laid on the teeter, I got on there, locked my ankles in, laid back, and it was just a relief. I knew it was going to work for me. It's beautifully engineered. It doesn't take up very much space in your house. It's very easy to schedule it into your life. You lay down, you relax, you can meditate for a few minutes, you get off, and you're a new person. The biggest difference the Teeter table has made in my life is that I have physical freedom. I'm probably really boring because when anyone complains to me about their back, I say, well, have you tried a Teeter table? It helped me so much you have no idea.
I love it. Helped me so much, you have no idea. This is the perfect day to get it. We're shipping everything to you for free today. I'm gonna show you exactly what I showed my parents when they said, oh, it looks a little complicated. They came to my house. I said, this is how easy it is. Mommy and Daddy. You step in, you put your feet in, you lock it in, so it's secure, right? Now these very, very comfortable, cushiony ankle locks, really, are locking in until I push this down and open it back up. I set my height. This is completely sturdy. I've got from 5'4" in my family all the way up to 6'3". So I set it for my height. Now, as I lean back, this one is actually, I think I set it a little bit low for my height, but as you can see that I'm in control of it. Oh, here it comes. You know, you don't even have to schedule your Teeter inversion time. You will look forward to it. We were just talking about, what do you do to relax? What are you doing for stress relief? If you, like everybody else, are stressed beyond belief, you need that time to literally decompress, right? They say, oh, I needed to do this to decompress. You are literally decompressing your spine when you are on the Teeter inversion. Here's how you order. You go to hsn.com, you call the number if you like, order 718-773, and if you own a Teeter inversion table, will you please give us a call and share your story of relief? Roger, I know that there's a lot of science behind why this gives us pain relief, and I know we've got some great studies that really explain this visually.
Right, you know, I wanted to comment and talk about science, you know, because that's Andrew Listman's, he says it's all about the science. And we were pleased to have Andrew Listman come on one of our shows on HSN. And he mentioned, I asked him, why do you have a specific reason that you personally invert? And it was, Nancy reminded me of it because she said he said it's to meditate, it's to clear the mind. You know, do you know Andrew has been inverting for almost 40 years? I mean, as long as I have virtually, you know, and he really believes in it. It changes lives, and he's the guy about science, and we are too, because this, you know, look, when you have back pain, you don't have a lot of options, and the traditional way of dealing with back pain is a pill. You know, your back's still screaming, you just can't hear it. What good is that? That is worthless. Get on the Teeter, invert, decompress, deal with the problem at the source naturally in 3 to 5 minutes and actually get true relief that your spine will appreciate.
I like what you were saying. Your spine is still screaming, you just can't hear it because the pill is kind of blocking that signal. To really treat it at the source, we actually have a study, it's called the Nachemson study. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Can you walk us through this, Roger?
Right, this study was done in Gothenburg, Sweden a number of years ago by Dr. Nachemson. That bright light is the location of a surgically implanted pressure sensor. There were a number of people in the study. Their pressure reading, whatever their personal pressure reading standing up, was set at a baseline of 100%. You can see that in the upper right-hand corner. And then they put their body in different positions to see how the pressure changed. Look at that, doubled. But you knew when you bend over, you have to be careful. Did you know that? Take a load off when you sit down? Wrong, you're dumping a load on your back. 50% higher load, there it is. In 50% higher load, in good posture, 250%. That's the posture most of us end up in front of a computer. I mean, this is the new smoking. Too much sitting, weak muscles, and stress, that is a recipe for back pain. That last 25% goes to bed with you. It's not caused by gravity in this case, it's caused by the construction of the spine. You've got hundreds of ligaments, 140 muscles in 4 layers. They stabilize the spine, but they also hold it in background compression like a lot of rubber bands, and they're strong rubber bands. To get those joints to open up, to decompress, to rehydrate the discs, to stretch and relax the back muscles, to realign the spine, to take the pressure off a pinched nerve or herniated disc, that takes about 60% of your body weight or a 60-degree angle. Now, there's 2 ways you can do that. In fact, I want to go through the table real quick. First of all, you need to work up to an angle at about this, about the angle of the rear legs, if you have the herniated discs or sciatica or any one of those really serious ones. If you're looking for stress relief, you only have to go to this angle. And by the way, stress relief is the number 2 reason that people buy it. But running through the table quickly, first of all, people wonder, well, what about space? You see, this can fold up. You go behind a couch or in a closet in just a couple of minutes, springs back into action. It's adjustable from 4'8" to 6'6", again with a 300-pound capacity. You adjust the height, so the last number you see is your height. You would use the EZAngle Tether strap to stop you. I'm gonna say, that might even be a little too much the first time. I'd start right here, you know, but I'm gonna take the strap off for this demonstration. Okay, so if you've got the Comfort Dial foot platform, that's for small shoes, big shoes. The pads that secure your ankles, incredibly comfortable, ergonomically shaped. You know, we have the lumbar bridge, and you were talking about this controlling curvature in partial inversion, that's correct, but by setting it low, it kind of grabs your butt and squares your hips before you start inverting, exactly what a chiropractor does before he starts the adjustment. The acupressure nodes, little wing nuts, that allow it to be locked onto any one of these slots. There are 8 of them, 2 of each of 4 sizes. Traction handles, my favorite upgrade. I'll demonstrate those actually. And in fact, let me do that. So you set your height, you put the EZAngle Tether strap on, which I am leaving off, and then you lock it. And the idea is that this pivot point is at your center of mass. And then you and the table become a teeter-totter, named after me. So what other job could I do? So now you actually have, as you pointed out, total control. This table is moving solely on the weight of one arm. Now, if this is too responsive, well, that's what these upgraded handles are for. They're like training wheels on a bicycle. You can just walk yourself back, but you'll find that you have such control, you can stop the teeter at any angle, and every table's the same. They're all actually made, all the critical welding is by robots, so they're absolutely identical. So now let's say you've got the tether strap on, and it stops you at this angle, and this is the maximum angle you feel comfortable going to, but you really know you need more decompression because you got a herniated disc or one of these bigger problems. That's where the traction handles come in. So you can take and with your arm power, push on these handles and elongate your body as though you were in full inversion without ever going there. Okay, now you can also take the tether strap off and work up to this angle. This is the magic angle, where, Shannon, where really your body will elongate that 1 to 2 inches. Your discs will be approaching zero pressure, and the rehydration rate is greatly increased. And you've also got this grip here that you can pull and push yourself back into shape. So you can pull on this, you can push on the handles. There are grips all around the table to help you. Full inversion, you don't need to go here. But believe it or not, 50% of regular invertees do go here because of the extra freedom. You've got the flexibility of a much younger person with your new longer body. When you're, and you can turn the teeter into a workout station. I know this is not for everybody, but maybe some of the younger people in the family want to work on a six-pack. This is the toughest crunch on the planet. Inverted squats, sculpt the glutes, strengthen the hamstrings. When you're, and then the extra flexibility that you have while you're inverted. When you're almost 82 like I am, it's functional fitness that counts. That means joints that work so that you can keep up with the grandkids and do the things that you love to do. And even if you don't jump, when you get off the table, you'll feel like you can.
Oh, Roger, I love it.
I love my job.
I have to tell you that the 30-somethings around here are saying, if I am as fit as Roger when I'm 82, I'll be so happy. And I was like, there's a reason that Roger is so flexible and able to move around and has such a smile on his face and in his voice and in his heart. Because when you feel good and you feel like you can move and you are moving, it just has a ripple effect through your entire life. And we want you to hear from other people who absolutely love theirs. Go ahead, get on the phone right now to order yours. It's the best value that we've ever offered. You're saving over $130, and we're gonna break it up into interest-free payments. But while you're on the phone or while you're on hsn.com, I want you to listen to Teresa.
Unfortunately, my back pain became a part of normal everyday life. I have to get up and I have to go to work. I have to take care of my son.
Whenever I would ask her if we could go to the park or play a little bit of baseball, she'd always say, "Oh, my back hurts, I can't do it." It made me feel sad for her.
I felt like the oldest lady in the world, which is so unfair to my son, so unfair to me. When I first saw the product on TV, I said, that makes so much sense. It just has to work. The first time I just sat there like this is great. I knew this is what it was gonna feel like. I was waiting for this. It releases the tension in my muscles to help me temporarily take that pain away by stretching myself the opposite ways that I don't normally stretch. And it's just wonderful. It does so much more than just provide back relief.
I think it's helping her. She's been helping out with my baseball team.
And now it's almost 8, 9 o'clock sometimes, and the time just flies by because me and my son are having so much fun. The teeter was heaven sent for me. It promises you relief, and it definitely provides you with that relief.
I like hearing the testimonial from her son. He got his mom back. If your grandchildren could say about you, "Oh, grandma always says she can't play with me because her back hurts," or maybe it's your kids, or maybe it's your spouse that always wants to go and do something, but you're hindered in some way by your back pain. The FDA has registered this as a Class 1 medical device, and we're gonna show you. Come take a look at your screen right now, and I'll read these for you if you can't read them yourself. The FDA has cleared this device for the temporary relief of back pain, muscle tension, degenerative disc disease. You may have thought that was a little too serious to just have a non-invasive treatment. What about spinal degenerative joint disease or spinal stenosis? Also, if you have a herniated disc, if you have spinal curvature due to tight muscles, sciatica, muscle spasm, facet syndrome, this is registered by the FDA as a Class 1 medical device to treat those serious syndromes. So if you've got a muscle spasm because you overdid it, you will have the Teeter in your own home to be able to relieve that pain. If you have a long-term issue that maybe you thought you were gonna have to go for something invasive, this is going to be your solution. We're giving you a great deal today, and what you're getting included here, if you look at hsn.com and you look up Teeter Inversion, this is the one that's been here for 21 and a half years, sold 2.5 million, has 4.7 star customer pick, but this one, if you order it without all the extras today, it's gonna be $450. I know we kind of did this reverse thing, right? So if you get it with the neck restore, which helps with sort of restore your neck issues, if you've got tech neck, you've got to get the deal today. So that's the one that is this X3. It's this version without all of the extras that you're getting in this one today. This one is $329.95. Certainly an investment, but an investment that you will have for years and years and years to come. So I'm just gonna show you really simply and easily what you do. So I set it for my height. I put my feet in, and then I'm gonna push this down. See how it kind of pops back up so that it can lock? It stays exactly where you put it. So I push it down, I pull it forward. I don't have to lean all the way down, so if I have some serious back issues, I don't have to lean all the way down to touch my toes. It's gonna be really simple. Look at how comfy that is and how secure, right? That's important. I've talked to people and they're like, well, I don't wanna fall on my head. Obviously not. Roger doesn't want you to fall on your head either. Okay, so as I lean back, you can already see it's starting to go toward its horizontal balance. Now, when I lift one arm, this is going to be, and I didn't have to go back that far, that fast. I could go back much more slowly. I'm really comfortable with it because I own it. Now, I'm getting that, if we had the camera on me, I don't even know where it is, oh, there it is. If we had the camera on me for about another minute solid, you would literally see my head go further and further down because it's giving me that stretch and that elongation in my spine. I'm not red, I'm not winded, I'm not overwhelmed. Now, as I put my arms up, I'm ready to go up. It just takes me up. It is gentle, it's easy. I love to, Roger showed us how easy it is to just put away if you need to. I have mine out because I use it every single day and everybody in the house does as well. But it's super easy to put together as well. And Roger, I was so impressed. It comes all the most important factors are already put together. You literally just sort of pop the table right into the base.
Myself. Now, in fact, I'm going to take it apart and show the viewers exactly how it comes out of the box. You know, first of all, this all-important part with all these small pieces totally assembled out of the box. The bed is also assembled. Now, that unlocks. The bed's fully assembled. Now, except now these hinges you have to put in place. By the way, this is an additional adjustment, kind of a one-time thing that controls how responsive the table is. If you're a lighter weight person, like 125 pounds, you need the table to be more responsive than if you weighed 250 or 300 pounds. So the top setting adds, makes it more responsive. The bottom setting slows it down. And so once you decide what's best for you, you put it in that. I've got it in the middle setting right now. There we go. It's cam locks that lock it in position. All right, the A-frame fully assembled out of the box in the sense the spreader arms are on, all four corner feet are on, the EZAngle Tether strap is on. What do you got to assemble? These oversized handles, 3 machine screws, 1 bolt, that's it. On the bed, there is also 2 bolts you have to put in, but it's not an alignment. It's actually has to do with packaging, you'll understand. You simply put the bolt through the 2 pieces of metal, which are already lined up. You don't even have to line anything up. So, but that's a packing issue. But you'll actually spend more time getting it out of the box than you will assembling it. Look, it snaps together. You know, so And there you are. Set it on your height. From 4'8" to 6'6", 300-pound capacity. You know, and there was one feature that I really want to highlight. I didn't talk about it yet because I'm so proud of it. You know, this is a completely re-engineered bed to make it more comfortable. You know, people said, I love everything about your machine. You're on .coms. Going back a few years, they said, I just wish it was more comfortable. Well, you cannot put foam on an inversion table because it interferes with decompression. You sink into the foam and you don't elongate. What we did is completely re-engineer and lift the bed off the frame, and then it's a 8-point floating suspension. This bed actually floats, and when you move, it moves. The bed moves with you. So it's very comfortable. Still has the decompression surface, which encourages the elongation that you're really looking for.
And today we're including that neck restore that usually is a $31.50 extra. It's included. We're including the headrest, we're including the back aligner, we're including all of the nodes. Usually all of those are extra. It's $329, so you're saving $120 off of the regular price. $130, excuse me. We're shipping it to you for free. We've got a very special free shipping day today on everything, and you can get it home for just $109.98 on any credit card, on any PayPal debit card. If you have an HSN card, you get an extra month to pay it off. It makes it about $82, and if you don't have an HSN card, this is the day to get it because your Teeter will be less than $300 today for this entire configuration, the biggest investment we've ever done. That means you get that $40 off coupon. Go ahead and apply for that. Don't wait on your Teeter Inversion Table, though. This is a very limited time option, and we want you to hear from people who love their Teeter Inversion. Not just that, it's really changed the way that they live their lives. Take a listen to Jim.
Pain was part of my life, and not doing the things I love became part of my life. My daughter stopped asking me to do anything anymore with her because it's always my back, my back. The Teeter comes along and it's like the light bulb goes off in my brain. I felt my body completely stretch out. Life is great again because I can live it, because I can participate in it. Now that the Teeter's here, Jim is back! Jim is back, and they cannot stop me.
Jim is back and they cannot stop me. If you've got back pain, you need to be on the phone because this is non-invasive back pain relief. But if you don't have back pain, this is your anti-aging device. And Roger, everybody says, I can't believe Roger's 82. If I'm in as good a shape as Roger at 82, I have done something right. This is actually a prevention device as well because it helps with the aging spine.
Absolutely, I can't emphasize that enough. You know, if you've got back pain, Teeter will almost certainly give you the temporary relief that you're looking for. But why don't we just decide, those of you who don't have back pain yet, why don't you just commit right now to skip the whole thing? Let me tell you, back pain is debilitating. It shuts your life down. It shuts your family down. It is miserable. You got a bad hair day, you put a hat on. You got a bad back day, you aren't doing anything. So let's skip that. But you know, your back ages just like your face, your skin on your face does, your hair. When you this person is not gaining weight, but he is changing body shape with time. Look at height loss. And as you lose height, you bulge out in the center. A lot of that middle-age spread is not weight gain. It is internal organs winning the race to the floor. A compression wrinkle, if you will. Now, losing your figure is a big enough deal, but the bigger deal is the fact that height loss is in the soft tissue of the joint. Look at the disc on that older gentleman. He simply can't move freely. And he can't do the things that the younger man can do because he doesn't have the range of rotation. And there's a way to fight back against that. I can't, this is the most important thing, the most important message that I want to give you. Because yes, I'm water skiing today. I'm running the slalom course, which is much harder than casual water skiing. And in fact, that's how I hurt my back 40 years ago. And I'm doing it today without any pain or discomfort. I love what I'm able to do, and to be able to do it with my grandkids, that is absolutely precious. You know, but doing it on a regular basis, it's a maintenance program. Let me give you this visual. Let's say you don't wait for your your skin on your face to wrinkle before you start taking care of it, or your hair to get split ends or dried out. You know those things are coming. You know, that's life. So you get ahead of the curve. It's the same thing with your spine. It's absolutely no different. Look at that aging spine. You're losing height. You add inactivity and our lifestyle, too much sitting, you're heading for problems that is going to shut down your ability to be active going into retirement. Teeter is a way to fight back, to keep that youthful function, that youthful flexibility. And by the way, there's a bonus, big bonus for people who do it on a preventative basis, things you can see in the mirror. First of all, it keeps you in good posture. Poor posture is unattractive. You look better in your clothes in good posture, you know, and also you don't give away your age by how you move. You know what I mean when I say people move old? Don't be that person. And keep the flexibility of your spine just like you want to keep the skin healthy and your hair healthy. This is a way to get ahead of the curve and be active into retirement. You know, happy spine, happy wife, happy life, happy kids, happy pets. You know.
Oh, we're looking at your happy life right now, Roger.
Yeah.
That's you water skiing.
Yeah, that's recreational skiing. Nothing compared to either the slalom course or spending 2 hours with this kid. Let me tell you, you got to hang if he's coming over. But, you know, I went skiing yesterday, and he was with me. He was out doing wake surfing, as I was. We were both doing it. I mean, that's what retirement ought to be. It's my, well, he's 8 years old now, my grandson. And I just love my job. My grandsons that are close by are 8 and 10, and being able to do those things with them are absolutely precious.
I mean, and that's the time, those are the times that you don't get back with your grandkids. I mean, to be able to spend that time with them and be not just pain-free, but more flexible and more active than you were before. This is an FDA registered Class 1 medical device. And I want you to see what that means. So if you're watching right now, if you're just joining us, welcome in. I'm not just your host, Shannon Fox, I'm also a big advocate because this has transformed my experience of my own back and neck issues with the neck restore that we're including. So this is indicated, the FDA indicates this for temporary relief of back pain. You see there, muscle tension, herniated disc, spinal curvature due to tight muscles, sciatica, muscle spasm, facet syndrome, degenerative disc disease, muscle tension just due to whatever reason. I think we all have muscle tension these days, and we're getting worse issues with our necks and our backs and our posture. If you've got a serious syndrome, like you see there, this is still safe for you to use. It is also great for if you have that instance where you really have that, oof, oh, I tweaked my back, right? That can knock you out for a couple weeks. I'm gonna show you how simple it is to use. You set it to your right height. You lock it in. To me, that is peace of mind right there. And then also, of course, knowing that this has gone through rigorous testing for up to 1,200 pounds. Now I can relax. I lean back. My arm is the lever. So as slowly as I want to go down, if I want to stop right here, I can. If I want to go all the way down, I can. And now I've got this incredible relaxing stretch that's not just relaxing, it's actually good for my back. Now it's rehydrating my discs. Oh, it feels incredible. Now, I would love for you to hear, not just from me and our other testimonials, but I'd love for you to hear from a doctor who uses this with his patients. Take a listen.
The discs that sit here are like shock absorbers we have on the car. So when you get up in the morning, you may be 6'1". When you go to bed at night, you're actually about 6'1½". You lose 1/4 to 1/2 inch of height as these shock absorbers get squeezed and the water comes out of them. Then when you're asleep, they rehydrate. One of the advantages, I think, of Roger's device is that you can do this during the day too and give yourself kind of a break from the constant pressure on your back and on these shock absorbers to allow them to rehydrate by taking all the pressure off and letting them have some freedom. People that get on a standard routine and do it again and again do far better than people that go for 3 weeks of therapy and then re-injure again in a year, go for 3 weeks therapy. a daily routine, which is what Roger's recommending, I think is a very good way of getting your back in great shape so that as we stay vertical for our lives, we don't start breaking down later on.
We're talking about the health of your back and your anti-aging for your back for the rest of your life. I brought this out because when we talk about this as really it's the price of a massage today on FlexPay, and if your masseuse is even open, this is actually the way to turn your inversion table into a true massage. I had to grab it. I'm grabbing all the different little pieces. It fits right on your table. It would also fit on your office chair or your, whatever it is, your dining chair these days, right? Where your office is. This is an edition $101.45, and you can break that up into $33.82. But this is, it warms, it's got different relaxation and massage benefits as well. That's also available. Just wanted to let you know, we don't always have this one available. I grabbed it. Somebody was using it over here on our chair because you can use it on your chairs as well. Roger, I know we just have a few more minutes, but this is really for everybody. It really goes from under 5 feet? 4 foot 8, there it is, okay. Yeah. And up to
young, old, top athletes, couch potatoes, we're all under gravity. I wanted to reemphasize two things very, very quickly that Dr. Tantz brought out. One is Dr. Tantz and also Dr. Long earlier both emphasized the routine, a regular program to keep youthful function and flexibility. But also, your height change daily. These discs are fluid-filled shock absorbers. They're constantly changing their fluid content so that during the day when you're upright, your own body weight squeezes moisture out of these discs. They become thinner, you become shorter, and your pants get tighter because you get a compression wrinkle, and but when these discs become shorter, they pinch the nerves. A thin disc can mean a pinched nerve. And to restore the brain to body communication is so critical because the brain speaks to every part of the body through these nerves, and you need to keep these nerves free from compression. And so inversion's a way to keep youthful function besides getting that temporary relief of back pain.
We're so grateful to you, Roger. Thank you so much for bringing us such an important, really an important medical device and changing so many people's lives. You're such an inspiration to all of us as well. Thank you so much. Give Riley our love as well.
Absolutely. You know, you've got to be curious what Teeter could do for you. You can't live in this planet more than 20 years and not know what gravity is doing to you. It's pulling everything south, changing your body shape, and as we're inactive, as most of us are today, it accelerates the process. The Teeter will help you fight back against the harmful compression of the body by gravity.
Thank you so much for helping us win the fight. You take care. I know you'll be back tonight at 7. All right, and then as you can see, Donna, so relaxed. If you would like to start your journey